Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with me. I have had quite a few of you ask were we ever going to finish this little flip fold journal and put the signatures in. Yes, we're going to go ahead and do that today. I don't know if I'll get completely finished, but I'll get finished enough that all you'll have to do is embellish. So this is from the AJ June kit. So if you got the AJ kit for June, you've got all of these papers. Now I just pulled some papers out of my stash and some of the papers that came with the kit to make the signatures, but I'm going to lay those aside for a minute because the first thing I want to do is put in some pockets, because I told you we were going to add some pockets, and we had enough scraps left where we cut the papers down that we can use all of those for pockets. Let me grab those out. And we're going to have lots of paper and things left over that we can even do a second one of these if we want. Okay, I'm going to grab some things out here and just decide what pocket I want to put where. I like that and that. Kind of like that and that. Now I think I'm going to put a small one here at the bottom of this. So let's see. Let's try that. No, the green one's not quite wide enough. I want to use my scraps up, so that's why I'm kind of sorting through. Let's put that one there. And then we want to put one here. So, oh, I don't want to put that one. The little foxy's head got cut off. What about that one? That will work. I think on this side, see if I've got one that's a little bit smaller that'll fit. Yeah, that one will fit. And let's see if I've got one that'll fit over here. So I don't have to cut these down. I might want to use those somewhere else. We could just do a brown there and then we can embellish it. Okay, that'll work. Then we've got more left to do other things with. So I am just going to put a little punch in this, and I think I'm going to fold this one under just so I can maneuver this thing. Yeah, I get back around to things. It's just that I can't do them all in order or in line, I guess you could call it, because I have so many other things going on and things that I need to do. So I try to just do, this, and then I'll wait a few days and I'll come back to it, and in the meantime I work on another journal, and that's the only way I can kind of do. I don't like to do everything just in one line right after the other, because some people may not be interested in this type journal. They may rather see a different type journal. So I try to keep interest in a little bit of everything. Like I said, I try my best to come back to it as soon as I can. Okay, see, that fits perfect and I don't have to cut it down. And don't forget to press in a little bit at the top so that you'll have room to put things down in there. And then we've got lots of embellishments that we can embellish this with, so that is not going to be a problem. So what are you guys up to today? I'm just trying my best to get everything caught up. And that's a chore when you're me. When you're me, getting things caught up, because I get started on one thing and then I'll find something and I'll be like, ooh, I need to do that. So I get distracted real easy. Very, very easy. Yeah, I've got probably 6 pages left out of that kit that you know, I can either make more of these with or whatever. I can make another one of these, or I can make a different type journal. My employee is off today, Brandon. Today's his birthday. So we let him off. And I think they're taking a little short trip for his birthday. I think it's just going to be a one-day thing. But it's a place that he likes to go. So it's all quiet in the home front today. Now I think, let's see, got that one done. I think I'm going to put one down here as well. So we'll go ahead and I'm just going to put this one down here, I think. Yeah, I'll put that one down there. Sometimes I like quiet and then sometimes I don't. So today I like it quiet. Oops, I can't hit the paper with glue. That's going to be a problem. Now, I know you'll say, when you flip that one up, all that stuff's going to fall out of that pocket. Not if we pack it good, it won't. And I intend on packing it good. So if we pack quite a few things down in there, even though if they turn up, they're not going to fall out. Okay, I think this one went up first and then that one. Or was it the other way around? No, it was that way, because we got our magnets on that one. Okay, so we got our pockets there. I don't, let me think. Do I want to put a pocket here? Don't know. Let me look. I could put a pocket there. We'll just put this green one. There we go. Now we've got our pockets everywhere. I haven't covered the back still, but I can cover that. I mean, you know how to cover the back of your project, so we're not going to fool with that today anyway. I'm going to lay those aside, and we can use all of these embellishments to embellish these pockets. I mean, there's tons of them here. I may embellish one or two. It's not like you don't know how to peel and stick, huh? Let's go like that. And then I think I want a little squirrel over here. I love little squirrels. Alright, there we go. Now you can trim the white out around those, or you can ink them, whatever you want. I'm just going to leave it like it is. His little tail shows out there, so that's fine. On this one, what shall we put? Just want something simple. I don't want a lot there. I'm just going to put these little mushrooms right here. There we go. And then on this one, I said I was going to do one, didn't I? Well, you know, I get started. I don't know when to stop. Let's put this here. Uh-oh. It just says wild. Get that off my finger. And then we'll put something else right there. Maybe a little birdie. Let's see. Put him right there. So that's all I'm going to decorate up. You can just keep on and on decorating all you want. You've got a ton of embellishments here, but I'm going to stop there. And then you've got a whole sheet of tags that all you have to do is cut out. A whole sheet of these, you just have to cut out. We'll put those in there. And then you also have, I mean, this came with tons of things. You also have all these embellishments and then flowers. Trying to think, do I want a flower on the front? I might. These don't have a lot of dimensions, so I kind of like them like that. Wish they were different sizes. These are all the same size, but I've got more if I want to do anything with them. But I think I put a couple there and then tuck a couple of my smaller ones in the edges. So I'll go ahead and put these down, and then I'll put my smaller ones in later. All right. And if you don't want this sticking up, if you'd rather have that flat, you can just pull that off and put a little flat bead there. All you have to do, those come off pretty easy if you pull on them. All right, so that is the front, I think. I don't think I want to cover any of this up. I like that. But I'll tuck a few more flowers there, and then I might... let's see what words we have in here. We have explore, wonder. Let's see if we have any wording that we might want to put just down here a little bit. I don't mind that, but let's see what else we have. About explore. I kind of like that one better. A little bit bigger. I mean, these will last you forever. Look at all this. And then we also have these that we could do, like we could put adventure, nature, and I think there's a third one somewhere. Well, there's actually 4. We don't want 4. Let's see. We could do that. I think that I like better than this because this has the white around it, which I could ink it, but these are, you know, they don't have white around them and they're not quite so bold. So I think I'll do these like this. Put this down like that. I'm hoping I'm getting them straight. I'm just going to alternate them a little bit. Like that. Okay, and then, let's see. I might take this little documented up there at the top. It's actually a tab. Let's see, we might use it as a tab. Yeah, let's just use it as a tab and put it right there on the edge. Put it right there. And then you can always tuck that one in there. And I like to rough it up when I'm going to tuck it in under something. Make it a little bit like, more like a banner. So just kind of wiggle it to get some little ripples in it. And then just glue down where the ripples are. Don't glue down everything. Just tuck it in like that. There we go. I think you can see, yeah, you can see that little ripple. And let's see, we've got another tab here and another tab here. So we might use these over here. I mean, you can keep on and on and on going with all these embellishments because there's so many. But I'm probably going to stop here in a minute and then we'll do the signatures. Okay. You can also put a tab here so you'll know to pull up on that. Let's see what other tabs we have. We have that one. maybe all of my tabs. Of course, you can make your own. You don't have to use just what's in the kit. Yeah, I think that's all of my tabs. I'm going to put this one, if I can pick it up, right here, and that'll just show that that lifts up. And then we may even put a date on there that we made this. Okay, so we'll put that somewhat in the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and then that lifts up. When it dries, it does. Don't lift it up now, Edith. Okay, and then I will go on with other embellishments later, but we're going to stop right there. I mean, look, I've got tons. I can just keep going for days. So let's lay that over there. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stitch my signatures in. And this is going to be the first signature right here. And I've already got them put together. I've just got, this is what come in the kit, this, that paper, and then I just added a couple of pieces of my own, and then a very old, I think this is Italian book page. So I am going to stitch that one in right there. And I'm going to have to be careful since I put some embellishments on. This is why I don't embellish usually until last. But I just wanted to kind of show you where I am here since so many people had asked. Alright, I'm going to put that one right there. And then we will put this one back here. And I'm just going to center it up and clip it on. I hope you can see. I'm trying to keep this thing in frame, and it's when you fold it out, it's big enough that it's hard to keep in frame. Okay, so I got my signatures clipped in, and I'm going to use my ease tool. I think I can use it to put those in, so we'll see. The e-journal tool. I think we can do it without messing anything up, I hope. Let's see. I just want to make sure I'm not tearing off anything. Yeah, it's going to be perfect. So see, the e-journal tool is for more than just regular journals. You can do just about anything you want with it. This is like our best-selling tool right here. And we can't keep them. Benji can't keep up with making them fast. I mean, I sell them faster than he can make them. So he's got more in the works right now. I think we've got like 5, maybe 4 left in stock. Okay, we got that on there, and I'm going to just put an extra clip on it so that when it folds over like that, I won't lose my holes. And then we've got this one down in. I'm just going to center it up and poke my holes. Now, I'm being careful poking my holes in this and not pushing too hard because this has, I mean, it doesn't have a lot of pages in it. So it's, you know, not fragile, but you don't need to push too hard because you don't need to make big old holes in there. Okay. Now, let me grab some thread. Just want to use some dark thread. This is our tan thread. Ooh, I like to mess that up, didn't I? And then I'll grab my needle. And I've got needles all sizes because depending on how thick the pages are, then that's the size needle that I use. So these are not very thick, so I'm using a smaller needle. And I don't unclip anything until I completely finish stitching my signatures in. So I'm just going to go in the middle, out the top, or back in the top, and then back out the bottom. And I can't pull that for some reason. I keep trying to unthread. Come on, thread. You can do it. And then I go back in here. And this is with my left hand, so we'll see if we can do it. Trying to keep my fat arm out of the screen so you can see. All right, there's one stitched in. We'll just make sure that the outside, yeah, see, it's right in the center. So use those journal tools. They work great for any type journal you want. Even the 5-hole pamphlet stitch, you can still do it on that journal tool, even though it's only got the 4 holes. You can still do that. All you got to do is move your signature back and forth a little bit. But it holds everything together a whole lot better than trying to do it on your own. Okay, let's thread our needle again. I do not cut my thread until after, because I found you waste a lot more thread if you cut it before you, if you cut it in the beginning, you waste a lot more thread. So I don't do that. There we go. And then back in the center. Like that. Now that's more than I need, so I'm going to pull some of that back through. Clip it off. Make sure your string is on both sides of the big string that goes down there. Make sure the tails are on either side. Just tighten it up. Okay. That is our waxed thread. That's all that I use to bind my journals with. I don't want to use another one because a lot of the other ones slide around. Now, I may put charms on those, so I left them kind of long. Now, I will show you this. My magnets may not hold because I added the signatures in there. They're kind of sort of holding, but not great. But that's okay, because I can wrap a ribbon or something around it. I'm not worried about that. I think I told you in the first video that these magnets may not hold when I get the big signatures in there. So that doesn't worry me. I'm not concerned about that. But you can see my signatures are in. I have plenty of room for them. You have plenty of room on your signatures to do journaling, writing, pockets too, whatever you want. And you can also flatten them out, and that helps a little bit. And you can fold them any way that you want, back and forth if you want to. So there is my signatures. Now I'm going to put a little, let me get rid of some of this stuff on my desk. I'm going to put a little sticker on each of these. Where did I do my stickers? There they are. Just on the front right here. And I think on this one I'll put a little butterfly. Just right there. And then on this one, what will we put on that one? Let's put this. This is pretty. Let's put that right there. Okay. So then you've got that and that. And look, I've got so many stickers left. That's what I'm talking about. This kit just goes on and on. Yeah, the magnets are almost holding. I've just got a little bit more in there than they can handle, but that's okay. I'd rather tie this anyway. I probably shouldn't even put the magnets in there, but you know, I did, and I showed you how to do that, so that's okay. So there is our little journal, all except putting tags in there. And I'm just going to cut a couple of the tags. I'm not going to do all of them because you guys know how to put tags in things, and you know how to do all kinds of embellishing, so that's not going to be something I'm going to spend a lot of time on. But we will cut a few and put them in there. And I like to cut them with my scissors. I know people say, why do you cut so many things with your scissors when you have trimmers? Well, I just like it. I do. I like the sound and the feel of it. So see, those are ready to go in. Now you can back them if you want and put something else on there so that you have more writing, but you can write on the front of these. So right now I'm not going to back them. I'm just going to tuck them in some pockets. And yes, I do put a little ink around them because, and someone said, I don't know why you ink because you can't tell a difference once you ink. Well, I can, because most of your paper is white core. That means in the center it's white. So when you cut it, you see that white core. Well, I like to cover that white core up. I don't like that white core to show. So that's why I like to ink. Yeah, you've just got so many different options here. Cut that little piece. Yeah, I'll cut it off. Start to say, no, I don't want to cut it, but yeah, had little deer legs hanging down there, so I don't think that was attractive. And then you've got these little labels you can put in. We'll tuck another one there. And another one back here. And then we'll just cut out a couple of tags and put those in, and then I will finish this as far as embellishing off screen, but I'll show you what I'm going to tie it with. Just let me get these cut out. And I could have cut these out before, but I didn't. You also have, if this is not enough tags for you, or if you'd like to have some that are a little bit larger, then you also have lots of paper left that you can continue making tags, things out of. Now, aren't these cute? And they're ready to write on the back, most of them, I think. That one might be a little challenging, but you could still write on it. So I'm just going to poke a little hole in all of these. I think if I hold them together like that, I should be able to go through all of them, maybe. Maybe not. My hand won't do it. So let's just try two at a time. Yeah, my hand just won't punch that many. Okay. So there we go. And we can put some string in these. I'm going to put that one there. Put that one there. And I really butchered that, didn't I? Let's go ahead and put that little white part out there. And then we can go over here and put some in these other pockets too. See, I left that one tight so it's going to hold. So see, it's holding that up. And then we'll just tuck a couple. Let's see, I think I'm going to turn that one around so that butterflies don't show. I know you can't see what I'm doing there. I just put a couple in there. And I'll add more things to that. That's not all. I think I also want to put a pocket right here. I forgot about that earlier. And I may put a pocket there too. That'll just give me lots of extra pockets. Let's see what I've got as far as pockets left. Oh, that's matchy-matchy, isn't it? So I'll probably have to cut some pockets for this. I won't for that one. I can use that one for a pocket there. For the other one, I might have to cut, and that's okay. I've got plenty to use. We could put that on there, or I think I might want to put this one on there. That one shows a little bit more. Let's put that one on there. It just says Into the Woods, and I'm just going to ink around it. Even though this is not white backing, it's more of a off-white, but I'm just going to ink it a little bit. And we'll put that right there. There we go. And let's see. What else shall we put on here? What we got here? See, we have more tabs on this that you can use if you want. You could put a little blue tab here, and these are already sticky, so. Now, the back of this is sticky, so I don't want it to stick to that other page. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to get it straighter than what it is. That's straighter. I'm going to take my little powder tool, and I'm just going to go over the back of that and take that sticky away so it doesn't stick to my other page. You can put another tab on the back of it. Just do whatever you'd like to do there. Let's see. I think I might use this little mushroom. It just says, that says into the woods, and then these are usually found in the woods, so let's use this and put it right there. Okay. Now, we'll put another little tab right here. I think I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to put it more at the top. And again, I don't want it to stick to that other page, so where did I throw my powder tool? Just going to put powder on the back of it to take that sticky away. There we go. It doesn't stick anymore. So we'll do it that way. That goes in there, and that goes over there. Now, let's tie it with something. That, and then that will probably be it, because the rest is just decorating, and you guys know how to decorate. Most of you can decorate much better than me anyway. So let me find the string that I want to tie it with. Okay, I'm going to use some of my crinkle seam binding from my scrap cabin shop. I love, love, love her seam binding. And I think I'm going to triple it. I'm just going to fold it and make a triple layer out of it here. That should work. And then I'll just cut it open. This is about the color that I wanted to use. And I'm just going to drop it down a little bit lower, because I want that to show, is the reason I was saying that. I'm going to put it a little bit lower than center would be. Like that. And you could always spread these out a little bit if you want. There you go. So that is our little journal. And I think I will put a couple of little charms on here, so don't think I'm going to cut those off, but that is your journal, and you've got tons and tons of things left to embellish with, to add more tags, all kinds of things. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll give this little journal a try. It's quick and easy, and if you did not get the AJ kit, I think we have 2 left in stock. They have this complete paper pack in it and all of these embellishments. It also, and I don't think I showed this last time, the first time I was showing this, it has this little journal pen in it, and it's a fine tip. Well, it's a medium to fine tip, and it writes very, very well. Let's see, let me grab a piece of paper. So you could journal in your, yeah, see, it's not very fine tip. It's pretty good. So you could write in your little journal here. You could also just tuck it down in the side where you tied it, if you want, and you could take this little guy with you. Alright guys, that is it for the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed, and we will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.